Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Well, I kind of got distracted. I've been in front of the computer working all day, and time was kind of starting to slip away from me, so I thought it was about time to do a video. So today I'm going to talk about how to build muscle, lean muscle, gain a little bit of weight on the raw vegan, plant-based lifestyle. Or actually more my thoughts on it, not necessarily a how-to video per se. Anyhow, I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button now. Click on the little bell and check send notifications so you will stay subscribed to the channel. And once again, as always, these are just my views and kind of like what I'm doing right now. Not saying I'm right, not saying this is the way to do it, not saying this is the authority on things. Just a few of my thoughts on it, because I've actually gotten this question. This is kind of a popular question I get a number of times. It's about can you build muscle? Can you gain weight on the raw vegan lifestyle or on a plant-based lifestyle in general? So I will share my thoughts with you on that. You know, for me, just my personal little thing is I'm just, like I say, I'm not obsessed with it or anything. I'm 53 years old. I just kind of got tired of being, you know, after a couple of years on this lifestyle of being a stick guy. So I just wanted to put on a little bit of solid, healthy weight. Not trying to get huge or anything. I'm right around, I'm hovering 160 right now, about 159, 160. I just want a little bit more meat on my bones. I think I mentioned this in a video recently. You know, as we get older, we're a little bit more frail, a little bit more fragile. I want to be able to sustain a hit if I have to. You know, I think about this a lot. What if what if I was to get in a car wreck, or what if I was to get into something that had severe body trauma? I don't have hardly any body fat on me, and I think that's probably why I've had some problems with my ribs at times, just being so, you know, no body fat there. So I don't want to put on a bunch of body fat, and I don't want to just gain weight to gain weight, but I've just been trying to, you know, now especially since I'm back in the States for a while, I have access to a gym every day, and, you know, having the car, I can pretty much keep food around the house as I need. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit. And yeah, I mean, you know, I'm an old dude, just trying to do the best I can there, but see if I can make some, you know, nice lean gains. As far as it goes with the raw vegan thing, there are people out there, yeah, there's plenty of people out there that are not stick figures, that are, you know, that are carrying a little muscle on them. And some of the ones that pop to mind, I don't think it's like they actually make an effort to do it. I don't see them as being workout type people, or not necessarily, you know, physical, going to a gym, lifting weight. But they seem to have pretty good musculature to them. Of the raw people, I didn't find as many examples of strength and, you know, size and whatever as I did just with plant-based. But with the raw people, just examples, you know, Chris Kendall. Chris Kendall's a taller dude. I've always noticed since I started doing this lifestyle that you know, Chris is pretty solid. He's, you know, I don't know how tall he is. I'm guessing he's probably about my height, somewhere in 6'2", 6 foot, maybe a little taller. But he's, you know, he's fairly thick. He's not like, you know, little pipe arms like some of the raw folks out there that, you know, look like they really need to eat some. And also, my age, actually, he could be a little bit older than me, is John Rose. Now, I haven't watched a lot of John Rose's videos. I know people recommend them to me all the time. It's just basically I don't watch a lot of food, you know, I don't watch a lot of videos on the lifestyle, to be real honest with you. I got other things I'm studying right now, but John Rose, older dude. I know he's in his 50s. I think he's in his 50s. You know, he's got good musculature. He's solid. I don't know his whole program, but whatever he does, he's not a stick guy, so he's solid. I didn't find a lot, you know, I did come across, I did a few searches. I just wanted to see who was out there. I was trying to remember some names, whatever. As far as like the whole weightlifting bodybuilding scene goes, which that's not necessarily my interest, but I just kind of, you know, in this train of thought was looking into it. I don't see as many examples of the raw vegans. I mean, I see a few bodybuilders out there, but to be 100% honest, and they're nice and they're good and lean. They look good. They have good musculature, but they have that lean muscle. But as far as the bulk goes, they kind of, people get creative with how they pose for their photos. I've noticed a few that at first I thought were kind of jacked up, a little bit thicker, But then I saw another photo of them and just realized they were just hitting the angles just right, that they were nice and lean. The muscles were showing there, there was good definition. But when you were looking at them straight on, not a lot of bulk there. If you're just talking about plant-based now, I just wanted to write down a few of them so I would remember them. There's a number of people. I like to follow guys on Instagram that are really physical and stuff. I don't know all about his story, but there's this guy, Patrick Bamumian, super strong man. I don't know if he was ever the strongest man in the world, but I mean, he's serious strong, like his broken major records and stuff for lifting weights, and he's plant-based. You got Frank Madrano, he does the body weights type stuff, and he does some amazing stuff out there. Once again, now he's not super bulky, but I mean, he's strong. He's strong. You can tell he's not missing his protein. The 300-pound vegan, the retired football player. I can't remember where he played for, but now his brother is an offensive lineman for the Washington Redskins. He's plant-based, and I think he's got 2 or 3 other members of their offensive line that are plant-based now. You got Torrey Washington. Torrey Washington's like swole bodybuilder. Jimmy Nas, this guy, Jimmy Nas, he's vegan _fit _NAS on Instagram, and I've been watching him lately, and he's solid. He's real. He's the real deal. Okay, for me, you guys know I'll eat some cooked food, but I am mostly raw. I mean, the cooked food is just filler. And this will probably rattle the cages of some of the hardcore raw people, but I go back to just simple nutrition. Now, calories count. That's what I just, want to impress upon people when they're asking me, can I gain? Well, of course you can gain weight. Of course you can gain muscle. It might be a little bit tougher, but you have to eat. You have to eat, you have to eat, you have to eat, and you have to be consistent with the eating every day. I think that's where I've fallen through the cracks before, is that I'm eating consistently. I'm eating the calories I need to eat most of the time, but that part of the time that I'm not is what kind of steps me back. I need to be hitting my mark every day. And I say 3,000 calories, and people say, well, why do you need 3,000 or this or that? I'm guesstimating. I don't know that I need 3,000. Mine's more instinctual. Like I adjust a little bit each day if I feel, I'm eating what I feel I need to eat every day. And I think I hit around 3,000 calories, and that seems to work for me. And for somebody that thinks, well, that's too much, well, dude, I'm not like crazy gym guy. I'm not doing tons of cardio, so it's not like I'm getting fat or anything. So I'm just trying to give you an honest assessment of what I do. And mainly the cooked comes in there just because I'm not going to miss calories. I'm committed to, getting a little bit more solid this time, and I'm not going to miss calories. So if I don't have everything I need to get the calories I need for a particular day to finish off the day, I'm going to eat some sweet potatoes. But it's mostly raw, and it's been very clean so far. Now, some of the little tricks I do, and once again, your mileage may vary. I just don't agree with all this kind of crazy ass raw vegan alchemy out there that just tries to make or maybe I just don't understand. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, and I'm not a super science guy, but when they start getting into this kind of crazy science, well, this is breaking it, and it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I have a rudimentary understanding of how the body works and how nutrients are broken down. And yes, regardless of what they say, in my opinion, calories count. So I need to get the calories that I need to have the base to work out, to gain some lean muscle. Now, also too, it can be plant protein, and I don't take necessarily, when I say I don't take powders, I do spirulina. That's the one I do. I mean, I do like my spirulina, but when I say I don't do powders, I don't do like any sort of a special protein powder, whatever. But what I do like to do, and I'm trying to be consistent with that, because it does get a little bit of more good solid plant-based protein in there, is I really feel like I get something out of it by having my spirulina every day and having my seeds every day, especially the hemp seeds. almost every day now I have a tablespoon of spirulina, and now I just got another pound bag the other day, so there's some days where I'm having spirulina in both of my smoothies. So 2 tablespoons of that a day. That has a little bit of extra protein in it, and also it just kind of gets you going. I can't really explain spirulina. Some people hate it. It's the devil, just like the raw vegan world out there. There's so much extremism. But I just feel like I get something out of it. Same with the hemp seeds. The hemp seeds have a little bit extra protein in them as compared to the chia seeds or the flax seeds. But the hemp seeds aren't as good a ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s or omega-3s to omega-6s. However I want to say that. So, yeah, you can put on solid weight. If I was younger, who knows? I might push this just to see what I could do, just to share with people, just to show it out there. But at 53, I'm just going to kind of continue doing what I'm doing, just trying to make slow, steady, solid gains. Now, let's see. I've been here. I've almost been here 4 weeks now. Wow, we're coming up on a month. I want to see. We're going to revisit this at the end of the year. I'm really excited to be in the gym for a good solid 6 months. A couple of weeks, 3 weeks, a month. That's nothing yet. I'm really looking forward to the end of this year. I'm really looking forward to being able to look in the mirror, like get on the scale, test my strength, and just see that I've made some solid progress in that regard. I don't know if I'm going to hit my mark. I did a video, and I don't want to try to push it. That was just kind of like a loose one. I remember doing a video at the very beginning of the year about how I wanted to put on 10 pounds of solid weight this year. Well, I've pretty much accomplished I'm right around 5. And we've got, what, 5 or 6 months, well, about 5 months left in the year. So I think I can put a little bit on. I don't think I'm going to hit 10. I don't think I necessarily want to, because like I say, I want to keep it lean. I want to keep going. But yeah, I'm just going to keep going, poco a poco, little by little. But everything about this is just about consistency. It's about showing up every day. It's about putting the good nutrition in your body. It's about, if you're actually trying to gain muscle, gain some mass. It's about going to the gym. It's about doing or if you're not going to the gym, it's about resistance, doing body weight training. But I'm finding with being able to have a little bit more weight than just my body is mixed with it. I still do the body weight stuff. But yeah, you can you've got to, this is just going to end up being a channel where I just repeat myself over and over and over. You got to do your work. You got to do your research. You got to figure out some of this stuff. And I'm going to finish with this. Some people will say, well, I think I saw something like that in a thread somewhere on a video the other day about how, but this does this, and the guys that are swollen up, or they're bringing acidity and whatever. And that's usually by Poindexter that's got arms about that big around. But there is validity there. So for all the people out there that are busting ass, getting swole up, training hard, I'm going to just read you something because, I'm always focused on the health. And this is from somebody, he's not vegan, he's not plant-based. This is just about exercise and hard training in general, that if you're on a health path, you might just want to think about. And I'm not saying, you do what you do. At different ages, I might would have done different things. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now, some people train with an express desire to perform feats of strength, either with heavy weights or body weight gymnastic skills. It is precisely at this point that exercise becomes an end unto itself. Realize what it is you're training for. Understand that feats of strength and stunts are more or less harmful in that their only purpose is show. There is no functional pretext of goals or scoring, and without an audience would you still persist. There's a price to be paid. And listen, this guy is one of the top trainers in the world, personal trainers on strength and conditioning. He's a next level. I want to say he might be black belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He does fight training. I mean, this is a serious dude. He's in his 60s now, but he's badass. So he knows what he's talking about. Look him up, Steve Maxwell. There's a price to be paid in vital energy for these demonstrations. The wages of the sins against the joints are as follows: pain, injury, potential disability, and months or years off your life. Let me clarify. Training can be classified into 3 categories: health and well-being, improved sports performance, performance of feats and stunts. If you're training for health, you'll prioritize preserving muscle into advanced age, easy movement, maintenance of locomotion, and optimal body composition. If you're an active athlete in any type of competitive sport, it's a well-known fact that when all else is equal, strength is the primary factor in getting over your opponent. If you're training to acquire a particular feat, in other words, a muscle up on the rings or an arbitrary number of reps in a movement, say 20 pull-ups, the exercise itself is your goal. So it's a singular stunt instead of a dynamic series of spontaneous stunts as in sport. When you consider dance, say pole dancing, it's a sequence of gymnastic stunts for which you train. It's important to understand that training for sport as well as gymnastic stunts is inherently life-shortening. Perhaps no one has ever told you these activities in excess are in themselves unhealthy and that they sap vital energy more than add to your stores. You're more than likely shaving years off your life. I'm not telling anyone not to do these things. Go ahead and express yourself. I'm advising awareness of why you do them and the potential negative consequences. Disabuse yourself of the notion that competitive sport is health promoting. As a longtime athlete, I'm aware of the results of my actions and gladly accept them. I am content with the results of a career in violent contact sport. A man can't just sit around while the sun still shines on his back, but understand how inconsequential and short-lived the physical nature is in the big picture, and you may wish to pursue other dreams. The average life expectancy of an NFL player is reported as 20 years shorter than an average guy. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, like I say, what he's getting at is this heavy training creates acidity, it creates inflammation in the body. So I just kind of wanted to throw that. It's not about gaining, but just wanted to throw that in a little bit because there's always a thought process to balance. Now the takeaway on that, and then we're done, is I'm not saying, especially to any of the young bloods out there, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. If I was 25, if I was 28 again, no, I probably wouldn't be taking it gentle either. I'd probably be going balls to the wall because, that's what we do at that age. But I'm getting to be an old lion now, and I'm thinking ahead, and I'm thinking long term, and I'm thinking just how I want to be comfortable and pain-free later on in my life. But takeaway though, yeah, of course you can gain weight on this lifestyle. Of course you can gain muscle on this lifestyle. Probably a little bit easier plant-based than raw, but you can do it on raw, and I'm doing it mostly raw. Maybe I'll slip back into doing fully raw just to experiment, just to see that if I can get my calories. But in the end, don't listen to all this cockamamie stuff that's always, it's kind of what I call the woo-woo explanations of everything out there. There is a lot of the solid science and a lot of nutrition that still holds. So yes, calories count, and now this is just in my opinion. If you can get a little bit extra protein in there, like with your hemp seeds and with your spirulina and some sprouting stuff. I need to get the sprouting stuff going. I got some mung beans up there, but anyhow, just my 2 cents worth to start the week off. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.